Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Just going to talk a bit because this often cuts off at the beginning. But today we are streaming. We're doing game emulation on the M4 MacBook Air. So in front of me, I have my M4 MacBook Air, the sky blue version, and we're going to be testing out all sorts of game emulation on this today. And it's particularly relevant as we just had that Switch 2 announcement. I'm not sure how many of you are buying that particular console. I kind of gone off Nintendo consoles a bit, especially because there are games that I bought from the Wii U generation, which I played on the Switch, which I still haven't finished. And so the idea of like buying a Switch 2 to play those same games which I never finished is not that appealing. I should really just play Breath of the Wild. And we might test out something like that. Um, so yeah, thank you. In the chat, I can see Remon, Tazraina, Shavlock, and yes, I can see you, Reshma Sunoj. Welcome to the stream today. So, if you want to participate in this stream and you want to suggest some games, then as always, we are doing super chats. So, if you super chat over $5 US, then I will definitely test out that game. I have a brand new internet connection now, so it's really fast for me to acquire backups of various emulation titles. But basically, what I'm going to do is try to start from the beginning. So if you've got any like really retro titles you want to test out, just push them out there, just see what it's like, and then let me know. Let me know what you want me to play. So I always start off I've done a few of these emulation videos now, and it's interesting just to test out. I know that the retro games from basically PlayStation 1 and earlier all basically run the same. So, but it's always interesting just to, and particularly to get B-roll running, is to get a lot of these older systems up and going. Okay, so we've got OpenEMU, which I think is like the best front end for most of these older retro titles. So I think that this is a good start always, because it's basically the easiest. Basically, it's the easiest thing to get going. Why is this EA app opening? Because it's basically drag and drop. There is a RetroArch as well, which I could get going. To be honest, let me just make sure this EA app is not gonna get me. Let's do some stuff. Yeah, so OpenEMU, right? The big problem with OpenEMU is that it hasn't been updated for a really long time. So that's the big problem with it. See, this build is from December 2023, so it's not great that we haven't had any proper like public releases, which is a shame, because it's definitely the best drag and drop Mac emulator that we can get. So what I'm going to do is open up OpenEMU, and then we're going to run a couple of retro games on it. So I've got my DualSense, I've got my Xbox controller. We'll test out both of these, I guess. We're going to go through like easiest to hardest to emulate, right? So we'll do like really basic games. So I got a list at the bottom of the screen here. I'll start with NES games. Do I have any NES games? So I'm just going to check my list of stuff. Let me see. Yeah, let's do it. Next. Yeah, so this emulator supports all of these different systems, which is really cool. And you can basically drag and drop a bunch of these systems. Levi Ackerman, the gamer. I'm thinking about buying the M4 MacBook Air. Should I buy it for gaming and studies and watching shows and movies? Definitely do, yes. Just don't expect it to play all games. And that's why game emulation is important, because if you can run as one console, then you can probably run all the games from that console pretty much, especially if they're older titles. Just having to think, what should I do for like an NES game? NES game best. What's the best NES game? Like maybe like a Final Fantasy game. Because let me see. Really nice to try some like really old titles. Like, 'cause some of these I've never played before. Please play Bloodburner. Do you mean Bloodborne? You mean Bloodborne? I'll get to that. I do have that all ready to go. So if you're really interested in sticking around for that, I'll be doing that at the end. One of the last things I'll do is looking at game emulation on PlayStation 4, which is very exciting. I'm just going to get some NES ROMs running in here. So I'll just get one, just saving one now. So I want to drag and drop one from my emulation folder. Got my emulation folder here, NES, and what you can do is if you have a backup of an NES cartridge, you can basically drag and drop. You don't even have to really have it open necessarily, but you can just drop this on here and it automatically grabs the art, and you can just double click on it, and yeah, we see we've got the metal HUD running up here. Just turn it off because it's not really relevant. I'll keep it up. And then we've got my Xbox controller. Just let me know if the audio volume are okay. Or just we've got our save states here. We've got shaders that we can apply. Let me see, controls as well, right? I'll just come out of this for a second. You can go into settings, and then you can go to controls. And if I go to the NES, for example, then I can change the input to like my Xbox controller here. So I use my Xbox controller, and then what I'll do is I'll double click and resume the game. So it picks up the save state. Let's see, I can save here, right? And I'll just play. Yeah, so I can control this using my controller here. And we'll just start a new game. So yeah, this is the classic 4-character name, of course. I've never actually played the original NES cart of Do you have to have names for them all? Okay, good. So yeah, what you can do is you could basically full screen this, and then we can also apply shaders as well. So what we can do is put on like a CRT shader, because these games were never designed to run on these kind of pristine LED screens. They were meant to be run through a CRT. And let's see what CRT, if we run through it through a shader here, then you know it looks like that classic kind of TV look, which makes the game look a lot nicer, I think. Can I get this to... Where's my metal HUD to turn off? What I'll do is just turn this off. Turn the metal HUD off. Because my shortcut key is not working for whatever reason. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, EmuDeck is not working on a Mac at the moment. Why is that coming up? Okay, the metal HUD's up. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to be using metal HUD for everything else. I think there's a tool that you should run multiple animators through a home server, some of the sunshine. Okay. What tool? If you can let me know what tool is that, I could potentially test this out today. Well, I choose this and a Mac Mini. Well, basically, the MacBook Air has the same chip as a Mac Mini. The Mac Mini is has active cooling, of course. So it's going to run better. This MacBook Air has only got 8 GPU cores, which is not really that relevant to when it comes to like emulation, but it is there. Okay, so this is So this is NES game, okay? I want to ask if you can play games after sailing the seven seas. Yes, you can. And of course, the basis of many of these many games is the ability to acquire games from the internet. I'm not going to say much more than that. Okay, so here we've got like Mega Man X. So I can configure my controls from here. Super Nintendo, SNES. So this is kind of my era of gaming. You know, I don't really do retro gaming from before this time. You've got an EmuDeck to work. Well, once it becomes like mainstream, then I'll definitely give it a go. And I'll do my tutorials on it because it's a pretty good thing to do on the Steam Deck. It's like but personally, I'm not that big a fan of doing like these big game launchers. Okay, let's go start then. Yeah, so let's do a CRT shader here. So we'll do a CRT shader. No, that's not to do deluxe. That's can't see enough. Save states are all handled here. It's pretty cool, you know, system for getting games to run. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Yeah. Well, emulation, you know, Windows games that are acquired from the internet, those are all pretty easy to like get running. In theory, anyway. In fact, a lot of the games which are pirated are actually easier to run because they lack DRM, which basically means that it's, you know, you remove a lot of issues actually running the game because a lot of it is like launchers, Ubisoft launcher, Rockstar launcher. If you don't have to deal with those, right, then many games actually perform better. The tool is Retro M. That is for macOS. Okay, I'll have a look at it in a minute. Yeah, so we'll just handle some of the basics of these games at the moment. We'll just do a little bit of gameplay. We just want to get a tiny bit of B-roll. Retro M. ROM isn't for Mac. Okay. Okay, so those are two like retro titles that we can run through here, and it supports a lot of titles too. But I think one of the main issues is that basically you lack the ability to do substantial upscaling. So let's see what examples have we got. So let's say we want to play. Oh, where's my Castlevania gone? Okay, if you don't have it, I don't have it. Let's say Street Fighter Alpha 3. Must not be compressed. Oh, it's the Q file, isn't it? It's the playlist file. Let's go to my Sony PlayStation. Oh yeah, I've got to put my BIOSes in here. Just lacking the SCPH5501. Okay, we need these. So to get this into OpenEMU, you just go to the library folder, holding down the Option key when opening Finder. Now I'm going to go to Application Support, OpenEMU. Where do you put it? Calls. Just see the error message. Why do I have to put these again? I made a tutorial on this many years ago. Completely forgotten where to put it. Doesn't it go here somewhere? Oh, okay. Just drag and drop them. That's it. Oh, yeah, let's put it in the BIOS. Okay. You know what? Let's not run a 2D game because it's not particularly impressive to run 2D game. I mean, I've done this work. I've done. Let's do Tekken 3, okay? Because that's yeah. So you just drag and drop. Q file. We talk about any N word today, given us to talk about emulators. I will talk about the N word, which is Nintendo. There's nothing wrong with saying the word Nintendo, but I won't be just showing any Nintendo games on it, if I can dare to. Okay. So yeah, we drag and drop the play this file, and we've got Tekken 3. Okay. So the issue with Tekken 3 and a lot of these PlayStation games is that we can't apply good scaling. So we can scale it by, let's just run this by 2x1. And also we don't have like proper widescreen hex support. So we'll just run through all the different titles. Oh yeah, after I do this, right, I'll load up oh yeah. Let's load up a different character than I normally play. So yeah, I'll look at retro M in a minute once I've done this. So normally what I'm going to do is like look at other titles. Okay, so basically this is like really easy PlayStation 1 emulation, just drag and drop, but it's of course not a lot of options involved here. So if I go to, I can change the scaling to 3 times, and it does 3 times the internal resolution. Ask it to fill the screen. That's not really giving me the right resolution. Okay, that's the 3 times resolution, but it still doesn't look great. Yeah, I can try Persona 5. Persona 5 also works through crossover, so it's not that important to try. Okay, so that's my Tekken 5 experience so far. Okay, and of course this is not as good as using like a standalone emulator. So let's just do another quick round just to demonstrate. Round 1, fight. I haven't played Tekken for a while. Have I tried Repo and Crossover? Yes, I have tried it. I demonstrated Repo running on my second MacBook Air M4 video about games that runs through there. So as far as I can tell, it runs fine. If you check out my yeah, Yoshimitsu, not this one, but the one before that one, not that one. I've done 3 videos about gaming on the M4 MacBook Air, like specifically Mac and Windows games, and it's this one here. I tried Repo here at the end. So if you want to check out Repo gameplay, that's all there. So as far as I can tell, it works. It works through DXMT. You need that in order to get the Steam overlay to work to play multiplayer games. So yeah, Repo's there. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So let's investigate the other thing, which is what's RetroM? RetroM, a centralized game library management system with a focus on emulation. So they have ARM builds, and you're saying that they have GitHub Actions for macOS builds. What does this do? Centralized game servers, Focus on emulations as a launcher. Okay, interesting. It doesn't look like it's like really, really ready yet. So I might skip this for now until it's mature enough to demonstrate. Yeah, OpenEMU is not great. Unfortunately, not allowed to emulate Amiga 500. Okay, well, I'm sure there's other Amiga emulators that you can use. Okay, so let's play that same game. One of my favorite games is Tekken 3. And so if you want to play it properly on the Mac at 4K or something, then we should really just do this properly. Okay, what I'm going to do is just change my display setting so that I want to run this at like maybe high resolution. I'll run this at because I want to run this at like 4K or something. Let me just see if I can run this at high DPI instead of normal. No, I don't have this option. That's okay. What I'll do is when I make the video, I probably will just you know what I can actually run this at 4K, but I'll do it once I'll run this at 4K proper. But I'll do it. I think what resolution can I run this at? I want to run this at high DPI at 60 frames per second. I can't run it at 4K at 60. Well, I can run it. And it only runs at 4K at 30. Because due to the way the MacBook Air does HDMI over USB-C, which is slightly annoying, but I think it should be okay. We'll run this at 1080p. I'll talk about internal resolution. Okay, that's the important thing, is the internal resolution, because you could potentially display this using the retina display, which will make it look nicer. Okay, so sorry, that's just me thinking out loud. Okay, DuckStation, of course, is the best PlayStation 1 emulator, and you should probably be using it more than anything else. So we'll go to our releases. Got preview build, rolling release. Okay, so from 3 weeks ago. So this is a release. We have our Mac release. And let's just go ahead and configure this. So DuckStation. Put this in applications, DuckStation. Okay, so of course, DuckStation is a fantastic PlayStation 1 emulator with a native metal renderer, which is going to give us really good performance and also better hexagon compatibility, etc. Okay, so let's put our scan games. Let's add our PS1 game emulation folder. We're going to use our let's use our Xbox controller. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the metal renderer. We're going to use 9x native resolution, which I'm sure the M4 MacBook Air can handle. And then we'll put everything at 16:9, so you can hack the widescreen rendering, and we'll enable PGXP geometry correction. And then let's run this game. So let's run Tekken 3. And we'll do this. And I won't show the status bar. I've got full screen. Yeah, I'll be doing all of the PlayStation. So PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. We'll be doing all of them. And I'm gonna, you know what? Let's do them like now. Okay, so we'll work our way up in terms of everything. How fast is your internet? My internet is 1.6 gigabit now. I'm very happy with it, but I'm paying about £70 a month for it. That's kind of sucks. Okay. So we've got like proper widescreen rendering now. Let's go Yoshimitsu again. Okay? You could play GTA 4 on the Mac anyway, using something like Parallels, using the Windows version. You could play it using RPCS3, but the performance will be bad.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, so this is looking a lot nicer. Just going to check something first before we continue. Just going to check the footage because it seems a bit laggy on this through the OBS preview. Wait a sec, just checking. Yeah, it feels like it's kind of low frame rate. I think it's because the way that I'm doing the screen mirroring, because I'm trying to do both things at once. So let's just adjust this before we do everything else. I think what I need to do is to mirror the other way around. So I need to mirror my display. This is the main display. Maybe just fix this for a second. Just give me a second, I'm just going to fix this. How about this in an emulator? Yeah, you can run Tekken 3 in an emulator. You can run loads of games in an emulator. Okay, so let's just look. Just see if this looks any better. It doesn't really look right still. Like it looks fine on the screen. Like it's not like on the screen it's running at 60. Just check. Sometimes I have this Mac issue where it's like nice and smooth on here. Yeah, I'm not sure why on the HDMI connection it's giving me a funny frame rate.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's just try and fix this a second. Just give me a minute. So mirror for the built-in display, but the resolution is wrong still because I want to run it at 16:9. Just give me a sec. Let me just fix this. Make sure my OpenMU is not even quit. So that's what I had it before. I wonder why I can't get it to do. Can't get this to do really good. Maybe change this to 60 hertz. Will that work better? Doesn't look like that quite. There's a lot of screen tearing. I want to get the capture really good, right? So that it looks.
You win.
Because I know it's working well.
Round one. Fight.
Let me just see the status bar as well, because that will tell me as well what the resolution is. Yeah, it's saying it's going at 3312 60 FPS. Oops. Make this the main. Maybe I'll make this the main display. And this will be a mirror. Okay, and then I'll just set this resolution for switch as X correctly. So here. So set the LCD instead. Yeah, that's it.
Round two. Fight.
Okay, well, we'll try. I've got B-roll for this, so I'm okay. So that's like what we have the major enhancements running through DuckStation. Okay, so let's try another emulator, see if the issue still happens. Walking pattern going at 3 kilometers an hour, which is kind of slow. I might go up a little bit. Let's go to 3.5 now. Okay, so DuckStation. Then the upgrade, of course, is to go for PlayStation 2 emulation. So let's do the latest. When's the latest stable come out? 2.20 or yeah, let's do the latest nightly for PCSX2. So PCSX2 still is not technically a native game yet. This is not the right resolution. I want it to be this. But that hasn't worked. I think what I'm going to do is get it to mirror correctly. Oh, put it. Let's just mirror this correctly. Yeah, not much you can do about GTA 4, I'm afraid, because GTA 4 is just limited in the way that it can do stuff. Let's just mirror this how I had it before, which is to I think that's okay. We'll just do it like that. Okay. So yeah, PCSX2 is still an Intel binary, but it does have like Rosetta. It does have Metal Renderer. So that's the main advantage of PCSX2 at the moment. And it has the most development because EtherSX2, of course, is dead. But you know, it lives on in the continued development of PCSX2. So I think we might be okay. Where's my PS2? Yeah, so I need more BIOS. Okay, so let's just set this guy up. Okay, so refresh. Let's take a US BIOS. Of course, you should be getting your own BIOSes, guys. Okay, let's add my PS2 directory. And then we're going to be using Xbox controller. And then that's it, it's done. Okay, we've got a bunch of PS2 games to just give it a quick go. What should we play? Let's do Shadow. Okay, so game settings. Let's change the emulation. So graphics, we will use renderer. So we'll use like, let's go to like 3x native. And then we want to use like the widescreen hacks, which are normally like they're normally enabled by default. So I can change this to this progressive scan. Invert. I think that's how it goes. There should be like a hack here for widescreen. Where's the widescreen hack? Widescreen hack. 16:9 aspect ratio. Close. Yeah, here we are. Proper 16:9. And you just saw M4 Air with 16 gigabytes runs the store, and they now cost the same as I originally paid for an M1. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Mirroring isn't on correctly. Let's just see. Save state. Oh, I want to see this on my beautiful screen. I want my footage to work both ways. So let me see here. This is not the mirror. The thing. Yeah, I've done this a lot of times. RPCS3 God of War 3 is not going to run one. Still has a lot of things that need fixing before you can really run it properly. Let's get to the first Colossus, which is this kind of climbing tutorial, which always looks very impressive. Let's turn off the status bar because of course you can run this through oof, almost falling off my treadmill or like trying to navigate a 3D game whilst also trying to walk at the same time. It's kind of a head trippy. Okay, so got our shot of the Colossus classic PS2 game. A lot of these emulation videos, right? They're just kind of rinse and repeat. I've done this intro quite a few times now. Like this bit. They just announced that Robocop is releasing on the 30th, insane price on the App Store. According to developers, it will also be on Steam. Okay. I have to buy it on Steam then. Okay. Well, it'd be interesting to test out Robocop running on the Mac. Because it currently runs through translation layers quite well. Okay, so that's... I'm not going to play that much because I've done it so many times. It's ridiculous. Okay, so... let's get a nice look at our Colossus. Good morning, Lucas. Thank you for joining the stream today. Yeah, okay, so... no! Okay, good. So this is PS2 emulation. Let's load up one more game, actually. What's a good one? Need for Speed, Outrun, Baldur's Gate 2, Ratchet and Clank. What other games was I going to try? SSX 3. Maybe racing game. I'm not going to do many racing games today. You know, actually, I'm not going to do this particular game. I want to try a different one, actually. Because I don't want music in my stream. It's so annoying. Let's try something like... Katamari's coming out on Mac soon. That's quite exciting. Yeah, let's do that quick Katamari. So this is going at internal resolution because we only set that up for that particular game. So let's put this onto rendering. Let's do 3 times again. Have a look at Robocop in a minute. This is coming into Apple Arcade soon, which is going to be really interesting. Can I set this to force this into 16:9? Because I think it's stretched at the moment. Is there no widescreen hack? Hi, you inspired me with this treadmill, and now I'm moving a little too. Oh, congrats. La 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 la. I think this is coming. This is going to come to Mac really soon, so I wonder what. Okay, let's go. Come on, hurry up. Katamari Damacy. La 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 la. I'm not actually listening to the music of this game, but I just remember it being so crazy. So I think there's like going to be a Mac version coming out Apple Arcade. I think in the next day or two. We'll just check in the Mac App Store in a minute. Treadmill's a good life hack, especially because I've been walking for like 50 minutes now, done 2.6 kilometers, and you know, it's meeting my goals. I'm about to go, we're about to go to Taiwan, and it's like, I've got this 14-hour flight to look forward to. So tomorrow I've got that flight in the evening, and I'm not looking forward to that flight. What I do like about flights is that it's cool because I can get my Steam Deck out, get my MacBook out, and play some proper games. But it's not. I don't relish the idea of having to get my kid to go to sleep. Can this game run at an even higher resolution? So let's see. We're at there. Can it do like 4K? 6 times native? Yeah, so it can do 6 times native quite easily. So even though this is like not, this is not a game which it's not an emulator which is native. It can still easily hit that 60 frames per second at that internal resolution. So that we're running at 3072 by 2668, and it's like a solid 60, which is really cool. Okay, so that's PlayStation 2. Okay, let's do some RPCS3. Let's knock him back. Okay, so let's download the macOS build. So we'll test out the ARM64 build, but it's not necessarily better than the Intel build. It has like better performance in some games, but much worse compatibilities in other ways. So I'm not. Just be aware of that. Okay, we've tested out RPCS3 before, so I've got a couple of games already, I think. Okay, let's do a quick start. I think I've already done my configs. Okay, so let's load up a game, maybe like Demon Souls. Okay, let's do some shader compilation. So Wizzy, I'm glad that I've inspired you to walk a bit. Which one did you get? Which walking pad did you buy? So I'm using the King Smith Z1, which is not too bad. Need to change this resolution scale. Resolution scale threshold 640. Wait a sec. The trick to this is to use the trackpad, I think. There's still another way to adjust this specifically. Use the trackpad function to get there. What's the resolution scale we're looking at? 640 by 40, SPU block size safe. Where's the SPU block size? CPU configuration, SPU block size safe. White color buffers needs to be turned on. And then maximum spares threads within advanced configuration is going to be 3. Okay, so we might just stop this and start this again. Eurivo URTM 026, kind of middle priced. Okay, good. The one that I like about the Z1 is that it's brushless, so there's no like. The Z1 is like a similar price to this because mine was like 280. Yeah, similar kind of deal. Brushless. I mean, mine looks almost exactly the same, but the main difference with mine is that you can fold it, which is like good and bad as well. This looks pretty. There must be a lot of these companies making these walking pads. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I hope you get you get very fit using this. Okay, let's stop. Let's just quit and then just do the scan. So we've got a custom config, we've got a resolution scale, that should be correct. Oh, yeah, and we need to configure our controller as well, right? I haven't done those configure controllers yet. Input. DualSense. Oh, okay, I use my DualSense, I guess. No, I can use my. This my Xbox Series controller. That's fine. So using my controller, paired up, good stuff. Working good since yesterday. Little daily sweat. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to sweat, but it's nice to have a little bit of something. Okay? A little bit of activity, especially if we're going to do like a 3-hour stream like we're going to do today, then it's nice to have a little bit of juice in there. Okay, let's do this. We'll do some like other From Software games in emulation too. One. Okay, game's loading in. So Demon Souls is capped to 60, right? Capped to 30, but how do we get it to cap to 60? Patch manager. Oh yeah, manage game patches. Need to do that. Completely forgot to do that. Yeah, let's. How do I get to save state? This is a new thing, right? Is there a save state button here? I'll be doing readings later today. So as far as I can tell, the Green Dev builds, which are still online, are still the best way to do it. be really interesting to see if we can get Elden Ring emulated through Ryujinx or something similar to that. Okay, so I need to manage game patches. How do I do that? Manage game patches. Let's download the patch for Demon Souls. And then we'll skip. So aspect ratio. Skip intro and unlock FPS. Okay, so that should give us the patch that we need. One last question: how often do you lube this thing? Because I bought a brushless treadmill, it doesn't need lubricating. So hopefully, I'm very skeptical about that. We'll follow the manual because my one says don't add anything to it. Because it's brushless, it just works without lube. I don't understand it, to be honest. Okay, so we're doing PS3. Next, we're going to do PS4. So anyone who wants to see shared PS4 working on a Mac, we're going to do Bloodborne. You will see that this morning. Okay? So yeah, I'll just knock this one out as quickly as possible. We'll also do, after PS4, we'll do PPSSPP. So do all the Sony ones at once. I'll try to anyway. Then we're going to do Nintendo. We'll do DS, 3DS, GameCube, Wii U, Switch, and then we'll also do a bit of Xbox through, I'm not sure which one we're going to do. Yeah, Sam, thanks for joining the stream. Okay, let's play this. This should be able to play quite easily at 60 frames per second. Oh yeah, I think it's about time to release my BlueStacks video because I have one in the can ready to go. Just got this one ready. I wonder if I get any extra juice for releasing a video while I'm streaming. Okay, let's load up that game. MacBook Air or Mac Mini M4, you know, it just depends if you want portability or if you want to work at a desktop. They're very similar in performance because the base models, the only difference is the lack of a fan on the MacBook Air, and then the other thing is like... Wait, where's my metal HUD gone? Ah, need to turn it on. Do I have to turn it on? Because I've got... No, let's turn it on, let's turn it on. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to upload something. So that patch is nice, skipping all the intro videos. That's how kind. Okay, good. We've got Metal HUD open, ready to play.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you. So that you may lull the old one back.
Okay, looking pretty good. Tutorial level is that's good. Okay, I'm releasing my BlueStacks update video. So BlueStacks recently had a new release, and let's just publish that now while I'm here. Okay, published. So if you're watching this video, I just released a new video, pre-recorded, and that's covering Fortnite. Good. Okay, good. So we are doing 60 frames per second. What is the resolution that we're at here? I think it's 720p, but it's nice. Is iMac good for crossover and emulation? iMac's pretty good, yeah. It's going to be similar to this. So the base iMac has 8 GPU cores, which is going to give similar performance to this. I also made a very similar video to this on the iMac, on the Mac Mini. Bit of shaded compilation there. Some lighting issues with the ARM version. Let's go. Some graphical glitches, but not the end of the world. Okay. What do you think about the Steam Deck? I kind of love my Steam Deck in a lot of ways. It's I like the fact that you can resume games like really easily. I really like picking up, playing a game and not have to worry about. I don't have to worry about things like controllers pairing up because it's all just built in. I do like that quite a lot. Thinking about getting one instead of PS4. The Steam Deck is obviously better than a PS4, like in like about a billion ways. I mean, for one, you can play a bunch of. There are lots of PS4 games that have been ported to Steam that work great on the Steam Deck, like Last of Us and Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank and stuff. So yeah, okay. That's PS3. Let's do Shad PS4. Download. Nope. You'll never recruit me. I'm never going back to work, okay? Never, ever, ever going back to work. What are your thoughts on the new Nintendo Switch? I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm gonna resist the temptation to buy it this time. Even though I could buy it, I know that I haven't played enough games on the original PS4 to really justify it. Okay, so if I remember my tutorials correctly, I need to... have I done all the config for this already? I think I have, because I've run this before on a Mac. Input. Okay, let's load up a game. Bloodborne. I want to install this locally so it'll run faster. Just config this again because I've done this config before. Paths. Let's remove that. We'll add a new folder locally so that we can get this on our actual computer. Yeah, here. Oh yeah, it's already installed though. Okay, we're good. We're good. The thing is, where I'm from, the Steam Deck isn't widely available, so I'll have to order it from Amazon. It costs 4 times the price of a PS4. Well, where are you from, Sis Kid? I travel quite a lot, so it's like this idea of borders, right? Is you know, I would consider going to America or no, maybe not America, not right now, but like going to another country and just buying it from there, or getting a friend to buy it and ship it to you. From Nigeria, not a good place. Yeah. Okay, so this is Bloodborne on a shared PS4. So we are kind of pushing the limits of what is possible on here. So we're not going to get good PS4 emulation, even though it's like it works. I think we need a bit more power and oomph for this to function properly, because I can tell this is not really playable. We need a more powerful machine for this to work. We have the right amount of RAM, which is good. But I think we need a bit more. Might switch from EliteBook, okay. On the emulation side, this actually looks pretty good. But like, is there a way to fix the graphics of this? There's no way to change like render resolution, right? I think there's like patches that you can apply, which will help. If I recall correctly, you can remove a lot of the effects. This is what people want to play, is like Bloodborne. It looks really good. Just punch this giant werewolf thing to death. It's not that that shad needs some work, it's that the Mac is a bit underpowered. It just depends on the game, really, as well. Like, it's improved a lot. Like, there's no graphical issues with this M4 chip anymore. In fact, it looks really good. Just needs like double the frame rate, double the power. You get an M4 Pro, then probably be fine. It's actually improved tremendously since I last played this. It's not even using that much memory either. 8 gigabytes of RAM being used, 4 of it is like video memory. Okay, so that's Bloodborne anyway. I mean, that's the most demanding title that you're gonna get. But we could try something that ain't so demanding. There's lots of games which are less demanding, which work pretty well. For example, when I tried Dead Cells, from what I recall, that seemed to work pretty well. Of course, you can play Dead Cells on a Mac, but the point is that PS4 emulation can be okay. Using a MacBook Pro M. Do you think I should upgrade to M4? I'm quite confused about making the switch. Do you have a base M2 or is it M2 Pro? What are your thoughts on Apple Intelligence so far? I haven't really used Apple Intelligence much, to be honest. Let me just check something. How's my video doing? 103 views in 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's just do this. So this is the PlayStation 4 version of Dead Cells. So, you know, PlayStation 4 emulation, Shad PS4 is very good. It's just, you know, Bloodborne is just, needs a lot more optimization, I'm afraid. Okay, good. Yeah, so that's Shad PS4. Okay, so we've done PS4. Okay, let's do PPSSPP. Let's do some classics. What's great about PPSSPP is that you don't have to mess around with files or BIOS stuff. It just kind of works out of the box, and it's got one of the best interfaces for an emulator because it's both like an emulator and a launcher at the same time, which is really cool. And you can use like your mouse and a controller to find stuff. Yeah, all these games, God. Persona 3. And then we can change the... we can change the settings from here, see? Because you go... Settings. So the back end is Vulkan. Yes, it's Vulkan. Rendering resolution, we can go to 4K. Just show 4K here. So it's internally it's 4K, but externally it's 1080p. What's great about PPSSPB is that it's on the iPhone too, so it's quite fun to try this as on the phone. I'm trying to play some games on the phone. So my favorite AI product at the moment, I'm subscribed to ChatGPT Plus. I'm messing around with the image generation, but I can't get it to do stuff like do real life photo editing, which is what I want to do. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this thumbnail of me like on the WWDC stage wearing a blue shirt like Craig Federighi, but I can't get it to do that. I can do like generic Asian guy, Chinese guy on stage, but it won't do it like properly because of its own kind of filtering system, which just doesn't want you to do that. How do I get this to skip? Sem or Kem, what is your favorite AI tool? Because like, for me, I use AI quite a lot to do like sponsorship stuff. Because I hate, they send you like a script for sponsorships, like the 60-second ad reads integrations, right? And then you have to hit like all these bullet points, and I hate doing it so much. I find it very frustrating. So I just get the AI to write it for me. I'm so excited about getting my MacBook Air M4. Like after 3 or 4 days, it's my birthday, and I'm getting a PS5. Oh, congratulations! PS5 is obviously going to be the better gaming system. Remember that you can also use Chiaki, the thing to like stream your PS5 games to your MacBook Air, which is a cool way to run it if you don't want to like use up the TV if you have a family TV, which is cool. My favorite AI tool is clearly ChatGPT. I use it constantly to search for etymologies. Yeah. The thing about etymologies is that they are precise, so you don't want ChatGPT to make a mistake. Otherwise, you might perpetuate some falsehoods.
Welcome. You're late. If you want, there's no. You don't.
Choose a name.
Very time.
What game are you playing? Okay, so this is Persona 3 Portable.
Wait.
So of course there is a
The light.
there's a Windows version which runs through crossover pretty well. But if you want to play the portable version on the original PSP, this is not too bad. How do I get to the 3D battle bit? Ah, okay, no, I'm quitting out of this. This is annoying. Let's try a different game. I mean, obviously I have to do Tekken to do this game, Chains of Olympus. Why is there so much text? It's just Japanese RPGs are just too, they're very annoying. Yeah, can I ask you some questions about storage? Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Taken his place amongst the Olympians as the god.
Ask away. I've made dozens of tutorials about like
The
storage.
relentless battles
So,
that finally brought him here. Ares was dead, and though
Storage is
Olympus
one of the main.
beckoned,
I'm working on a
visions of
video
his
right now, which is
mortal
just all about
existence
storage,
still
how to use external storage correctly, and it's a big issue because a lot of the games that come out now, like if you want to install Assassin's Creed Shadows, you're gonna need 200 gigabytes of space, which like doesn't work. Doesn't really work if you have a MacBook Air. Why does it look like you're walking on a treadmill while playing, or actually doing that? I'm actually walking on a treadmill while playing.
Nothing was
So that's why
ever
it looks like that, because It looks like that because it is. Okay, I'll turn down the volume a bit because it's.
The vision of his past set Kratos in search
Let me know in the
of
chat if that's good. I've got a minus 40 decibels.
answers that lay in
Game sound is too high. Okay, good.
deep within
So
the cinematic
this kind of just shows like how bad, you know, the original PSP had these like pre-rendered cutscenes, and they look awful. But once it gets in the game, it'll look like completely different. Look amazing. Kratos. It's nice now. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm not actually listening to the sound, so.
Perhaps it is a vision best left unchanged. There is more to this than you know. Please.
Okay. I wish like the yeah. So now we're at what resolution are we at now? We're at 4K, 8 times PSP resolution, which is 4K. This is like I'm still able to hit a nice 60. So the question is, I want to buy a MacBook Air 256. I read that say that the Apple Intelligent System files take about 80 gigabytes. Oh, really? I haven't found that personally, but yeah, right now Windows 11 and system takes about 50. Yeah, I'm not sure you can remove the Apple Intelligence files. That'd be an interesting tutorial video if I could try that. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you probably need, if you're going to install any games, right? Then you probably want an external solid state drive. Why is it not? Seems to not be picking up my. Just check something. Yeah, I wasn't picking up my L2 R2 correctly. I recently bought a 512 MacBook Air and playing Minecraft I can get lag dips to 20 FPS sometimes. You shouldn't do that. You could try running the Vulkan mod. So that's a mod that you can run which runs the game through Vulkan, but then you can't really use most mods or shaders, just FYI. If you follow one of my tutorials for like Prism, then just run the game through using Sodium and Iris, and you'll get much better performance from MacBooks. Or there's like optimization mod packs that are really useful too. So you should just do that. What games do you recommend me to play once I get my MacBook and PS5? I mean, how long is a piece of string? There's a lot of games that you can play. This is still a really good like action game. If they made this proper mobile, I mean, you can play this on an iPhone, right? Which is from the App Store without any kind of weird hacking, right? And it looks really good. Like this is a perfect mobile game. It was made for the PSP after all. Okay. Yeah, I do recommend getting an SSD of some kind. It's going to help a lot. Okay, PSP is done. Okay, let's do DS. You know what, I might just skip the DS because DS is boring. Let's do 3DS. Is Lime 3DS still the best way to run this? I think it is. Yeah, so this is the successor product is called Azahar. So I've literally never run this before, but let's give it a go. So Citra was kind of abandoned after the whole Ryujinx debacle. And so this is the successor project. So I've literally never used this before, so I've no idea what to expect. Well, it's actually signed as well, which is nice. Vulkan. Let's check our settings. Let's do like 4K. It's 88 times native. Let's do controls. Auto map. What's cool about this is that you can press any key and it'll automatically map to your Xbox controller because it knows that. Okay, so let's add a folder. Let's add my 3DS folder. Uh, 3DS files are no longer supported, so I need to decrypt them. Okay, that's new. Wait a sec. I'll do your thing in a minute while I'm just looking at my thing. So all my files are .3ds files. CCI, okay. Let's just see if this is working, because it... Okay, so this is my Pom Pom Pure game. So this is probably using Molten VK. Pom Pom Purin. So this is running at 4 times native resolution. Okay. Okay, let's do it. It's like pinball. It's like pachinko pinball. And I have to catch my pom-pom. Do I have to pick up the fruit as well? Have I played Pachinko? Yeah. I'm looking forward to going back to the Taiwanese version of Pachinko. I'm going to play it this week. Take the kids there, win some prizes, etc. That's going to be fun. Okay, so that's my game here. Let's just try and find a different game. So I need to rename my field CCI. Unsupported. My app is encrypted even though it told me it's decrypted. So I ran this before Nano Assault. Okay, it has to be decrypted. So you can decrypt your 3DS games pretty easily using a jailbroken thing. Okay, so we've got our Nano Assault running at 8K. So this is like a 3D 3DS game. It's a 3D 3DS game because a lot of 3DS games are just 2D games or just DS games ported over. Is there any stuff you must know? So I have a tutorial. If you just type in Android Thai and then the app name called Grand Perspective, I find that to be one of the best tools for finding storage in your Mac that's been used up. So on your Mac, what you're going to find is that there's a lot of stuff just hidden in files. So like, for example, all these emulators, right? They stuff files like save states, BIOS files, caches, and also things like install locations. Like if you use Shad PS4, it installs it to a folder, and it's like really hard to keep track of everything. So the first place to look is look inside your library folder under application support. So to get to library, you have to open up Finder, press go, hold down the option key, and then click on library, and that'll get you to your library folder. And under application support, that's typically where most files are kept. So you want to like make sure to delete everything. Well, not delete everything, just make sure that you're aware that stuff gets held there. There's also the containers folder, which is outside of application support, which is where all of the save games for Mac App Store games are held. But you also have a problem as well of like things like if you use D2D Metal, all the caches get saved to your local computer too. So, you know, these things are all a big deal. The best tool I've ever used is Grand Perspective, which helps you like figure out where everything is. So we've got to let's get to the shooty bit. What's the shooty bit? This is like a proper 3D game. I have all the like 3D games that are on the 3DS. This is one of them. Forward. This is a twin stick shooter using the face buttons to do like the right stick. Yeah, Daisy Disc is good too. I like Grand Perspective more. Yeah, you don't want to pay an extra 200. It's a lot of money. But the 200 that you spend should really be spent on buying external solid state drive, because for 200 you could buy easily buy 2 terabytes. Two terabyte solid state drive, and you could fit a lot of games on there. I mean, the main disadvantage is that you have to have a cable attached, but there are ways to do it. This feels like exactly like Lime 3DS. So, interesting new project. Okay, good. So that's 3DS. What else are we going to do? I've got my list here. GameCube. GameCube with Dolphin. Let's do Dolphin and Wii. Is there any stuff that often use like Adobe apps that you cannot store on external SSD? Yeah, you don't want to put main apps on there because then you might corrupt certain projects. Okay, 3 weeks old Dolphin build. Let's have a look. Dolphin, of course, can play both GameCube and Wii games, so be interesting to give this a go. What Dolphin game shall we try? Okay, so let's make sure I've got configured my controller. Use my Xbox. And then we'll configure the graphics. So it's got a metal back end, and we're going to run this. Let's run this out 3x native for 1080p. Allow all the hacks. Let's show FPS. Okay, let's open up some games. So we've got GameCube. Okay, Sonic Colors. Why don't you use Homebrew to install stuff? Don't want to install Brew right now. If using an external SSD, it shouldn't really be noticeably slower. Some SSDs are actually faster than the internal drive. So I did. I'm doing a video about the Acasis 501 Pro. We're using a Samsung 990 Pro, and some of the read speeds are faster than the internal drive, which is surprising. Okay, I'll need a fresh drink and a pee break, so I'll be right back. Well, I've got a 5.6 kilometers. Okay, pee break, be right back. Back. Do I have to like rebind? Oh, it's really annoying rebinding all my keys. That's right. Battery life is not that great. I'm not getting promised 10 hours. Okay, it depends what you're doing exactly. Oh, where's my start and select? So one thing that drains battery a lot, especially when web browsing, is using Chrome. Chrome is like a battery killer, you know. So that's one thing you should definitely be aware of. This is some Sonic, hey? So 3x resolution at 1080p. Okay. If I recall correctly, we can actually get this to do 60, can't we? Oh, we've done this before. Sonic colors. Where are the cheats? Cheats. How do you run cheats? Config and then enable cheats. Where's the enable cheats section? General. Okay, I think I have to stop the emulation. Enable cheats. Get the AR code. And then we go to our game. Then we go to Sonic Colors, Properties, AR Codes, Add New Codes, Enable, let's do it. Let's get this working. Graphics should be metal, so metal HUD should just turn up. That's it. Are there alternative EU app stores? I'm not in the EU, so Britain famously exited the EU, so we don't have. I don't actually know where to go for that. I'm not very clued up on. Okay, 60 FPS, let's go. Andrew, thick boy, needs to walk always. Yeah, I am thick. I'm thick. Because like we eat way too much food. It's ridiculous. I think for that use case, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, etc., it sounds fine to me. I don't think I have any particular issues. Best way to run thingy. Well, BlueStacks is what's good about BlueStacks is that you don't you have keyboard and mouse support, and also you don't have to redo the process of FN Mac Assistant, because the FN Mac Assistant you have to do it every week, which can be really annoying. So the sideload expires after 7 days, which is a deal breaker for some people, I guess. But what's nice about that? But the performance is going to be better. Whereas, okay, so that's Sonic Colors. Whereas with BlueStacks, the performance is a bit stuttery. That's the main thing. The main issue. Let's do some tats now. Let's play some tats now. Should be running a metal, so metal HUD should appear. Can I try Warframe on the Mac? I've tried Warframe before, and I'm doing retro game emulation today. So if you've got any game emulation stuff you want me to test out, I will test that out. Warframe works pretty well on the Mac, even on the base M4. I'm pretty sure I tested it out before, so make sure to check that one out. Once we get Asahi Linux support with Steam Deck levels compatibilities, we'll have Mac's truly dedicated gaming machine. Yeah, you're right. Ryu. Chun-Li. Can you provide the stream or the video to check it out? I'm sure I've installed Warframe so many times in the last 6 months. Definitely check out my M4 videos, M4 Mac Mini videos. I'm sure I've done one there. Hadouken. Rough shaded compilation there. Okay, thank you ABCD. Thank you for coming to the stream. It's been fun. Ah. Really overusing this fireball move. Okay, good. So that's Dolphin. What I might do is just get my B camera a little bit closer to the screen. Okay, good. That looks really good. Okay, let's play something a bit more powerful. Okay, so we've done GameCube and Wii. It's tempted to do some Wii U. So the Wii U metal build. Let's do that. So we've got like asynchronous shaders. Where's the see me build of this guy? I was going to do a dedicated video on this at some point, but I've kind of run out of time to do it. I want to do one about this very interesting metal build. Where is it? Oh yeah, I think I'll just go to this GitHub page. So the metal build can be found here. This is not the official Wii U build, but it is one which incorporates a new metal renderer, which performs substantially better than the one that's out on the official release. And at some point, one day in the future, will get merged in. So let's give this one a go. Okay, let's put our Wii U stuff in here. Okay, so let's do our Wii U stuff. So I need a file. I can't. Application support. So I need. So with Wii U stuff, you need to set up the decryption keys. So that's somewhere. I always forget where I put them. Keys.txt. Yeah, so the decryption keys are in, and then we can run some of these games. So I'm not going to run any Nintendo games because I don't want to get striked. So we'll run other titles. Not even sure this one will work that well. Has this crashed? Maybe I will end up playing a Nintendo game. Just let's try something that might work. Maybe I need to try an older build. Could be that. That might be the case. Might need to try the January build instead. Come on, dudes. There should be some movement happening, so unsure what's happening here. Let's try the January build. Did you change the renderer to metal? Oh yeah, maybe I should do that first. Right, okay, before I freak things out. Okay, I'm a bit confused about which one I've downloaded now. Okay, let's download this version. Let's copy this into applications. Yeah, I should change the renderer to metal first because that would be. This is why I live stream because I didn't really know what I'm doing. Graphics, Vulkan. Ah, yeah, metal. Here we are. The metal renderer is there. Very good point. Thank you very much, Nobody Anon. Okay, something's happening. Good stuff. So this supports like asynchronous shader compilation, which means less stuttering the first time you run the game. And then also need to make sure we configure the inputs. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much, Nobody Man. That I would have been a bit slightly stuck if I hadn't done anything. What's your favorite Resident Evil game? I mean, I on the plane that I'm taking tomorrow, I'm planning to go. I'm planning to play Resident Evil 3. Just make sure this is in focus. So let's see what the general settings are. Can I change the graphics in rendering settings on here? Okay, let's try a different game. I'll try this game, which I'm not going to name. What I'll do is I'll turn down the volume on this so that we have new sound, and then I'll just play a bit. Oh, let's just we need to enable the packs, don't we? The graphics packs. Because we have this one called FPS++ and various enhancements. Yeah, FPS++. Let's see if that helps. I can change the resolution in the graphics pack settings. I'll just run it at 720p. I'm okay. Thank you, nobody and none. I've completely forgot. Start loading an FN Mac every week, meaning download. Well, every time Fortnite updates, which is very frequently, which is at least once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay, you have to do it anyway. And then you have to, even if it doesn't, then you have to. You probably don't have to download 20 gigabytes every time because a lot of that data is already downloaded, but you need to download like a 1 gigabyte IPA or APK file. It's an IPA file for Macs. So yeah, asynchronous shader compilation is going to do a lot of the work in this game. I'd say it's manageable for a guy who plays 10 hours of Fortnite every week. It's a lot of Fortnite to play. If you're playing that much Fortnite, maybe consider getting a Windows laptop because performance is going to be way better with keyboard mouse support. Just much more serious kind of setup that you'll have. Yeah, MacBook for traveling. Windows gaming laptops are so ass, yeah. Kind of sucks. I dislike Windows gaming laptops quite a lot in general. Thick and hot and annoying to use, especially when you need it for work. Okay, might have a little bit of sound actually. I just have a little bit of background. I just don't really want the music to kick in too much. Just make sure this is looking correct to me. Wait a sec. Looking good. Nice, like 45 frames per second. This metal build is getting even better than before. Yeah, the metal back end for this is pretty good. I hope it gets integrated into the main build at some point. I think this is going to be one of the last in this series of videos I make about the M4 MacBook Air. Why does Parallels Windows 11 take so much space? I only have a 16GB installed. Windows takes up a lot of space, so you just have to be aware of that. Okay, let's fight this dude. Ouch. So there is stutter, but then once it's compiled, let's fight this other dude. Okay, so that's Simu metal. Okay, so let's look at readings. Okay, so reading still lives, which is good. I haven't tried it for a while. Okay, so let's set up readings correctly. Where does the stuff go? So we need to install the firmware and we need to install the keys. So the BIOS stuff. Okay, so let's go to library. I put it in the prod.keys, goes in the system, right? If I remember, this goes to prod.keys. And I can install the firmware, right? So I haven't done this for a while. Ah, here we are. Switch files, firmware. Yeah. There's an installer. Yeah, I thought, okay, that's new. That's new. Okay, good. And then let's put game directory in here. Okay, we got everything. Oh, there's some like nice new features, like we've got in-game rather than, well, it's telling me whether it's playable or not. We could try some, what should we try? Crisis Core, no, I remember this works pretty well. Input, let's put Xbox controller. It can auto-detect and add updates in DLC, that's really cool. So the Switch 2 is going to have like, it's putting the game in, what is it? Final Fantasy Integrate, which is interesting. It's nice, some really nice quality of life changes, which is really good. Mac tip, just drag it from the other window in an open dialog. Yeah, you're right, I could do that. Do you know if what account runs on Steam via Parallels? It should work via crossover. I think if I un-vsync this, then it should run out faster.
Activating combat mode.
It's a bit stuttery to begin with. can also run this game via crossover too.
Conflict resolved.
Conflict resolved. I love that idea that the conflict gets resolved by killing everyone. I wish, if only we could resolve all conflict like that. Just kill every one of your enemies and then you have no problems left.
Activating combat mode.
Is there a way to enable 120 FPS? I don't think so. Okay, I think there is a cheat to enable 60 FPS on this, but I'm not going to run this right now. I just want to try running a different game. What else is good to try? I don't want to do too many Nintendo games, to be honest. Just because there are issues. I'll let some Red Dead. So this can run on crossover. You just have to use the DRM-free version or this launcher called the Night Launcher. Why is the metal HUD not coming up? Okay, so I'm doing some Switch, and then I think I'll do a little bit of Xbox. I think Xbox 360 is the way to go. Just have to run through crossover. I'm gonna find the build that I need for that. Yeah, the Air is 60 has a 60 Hz display, so this is pretty much all you ever really need. Okay, I think. So many other games I can try. I'm saying that's only in-game. Maybe Monster... No, Monster Hunter takes such a long time to get into. Maybe we'll try fight. I know it's a no, I don't want a Nintendo game. I want like a non-Nintendo game. if there's such things exist on the Nintendo Switch. Let me see here. Let's try this again. Sega of America. They fled commies to Taiwan. Okay. I'm turning the sound really low on this because I get copyright striked for this sometimes, for this intro section. Jump, jump, jump. So we've got to do this like thing where you jump across, and then there's a little fight sequence. My Steam on Parallels does recognize my Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, but doesn't recognize the buttons I'm pressing. Tricky one. Are you using the latest version of macOS, Sequoia? Yeah, see Gamepad Tester, see whether it's detected. See Steam input. One trick that I made a video about 3 or 4 years ago is that you can, if you open up Steam on Parallels and you open up Steam on macOS and you create a streaming session, then you can stream your controller inputs from macOS onto Parallels or vice versa. So you can stream without any video, right? Just to stream the inputs from your controller on the macOS side over to Parallels on the Windows side, or vice versa. I think the faces aren't being rendered correctly, am I right? Okay, that's Persona 5. Okay, we're nearly at the end now. Okay, Nearly at the end. Okay, so we need, we're going to go ahead and do the Xbox. We're going to do Xenia. Mac OS. So we need the Xenia version without any AVX checks. So we've got to look at my old tutorial video and find the build. So is there a later build of Xenia which works better? No AVX checks. So we'll try this January version and then we'll get crossover and we'll run it through crossover. So run it through my Steam bottle. Make sure we have AVX on. Okay, Xenia Canary is working, so open a game. So let's see if we've got any 360 games which will work okay on this. I think we tried Forza 2 before, that worked okay before. And then we'll just test this out. Okay, let's use that. Okay, this ain't perfect, but it does kind of work. Okay, Forza can work at about 30 FPS, I guess. Let's open a different game. Xbox 360. How much walking am I doing? Well, I've done about 8 kilometers so far. It's not bad. I'll just run this again. Wasn't it 130? Yeah, I mean, that's just the menu, isn't it? The menu ain't the game. Xbox, let's do Gears of War 2. Okay, Xbox 360 emulation. Let's do it. So yeah, some graphical issues here. Not enough frames to hit 30, which is a shame. Actually, you know what? This used to be 30, I think. Phew, 8 kilometers. I'm taking a break now. I've done so much walking today. Oh my god. 8 kilometers. Oh, my legs. I might take a little break from that. Some graphical glitches. Yeah. Faces not rendering correctly. Some stutter. Okay, let's play. What about Don Don Pachi? What is Don Don Pachi? Because I think I have the game installed. Oh yeah, I think somebody asked me to do it last time. I could do some Don Don Pachi. Explosive tanks right in the middle of the church. Okay, my neighbor Dan. Okay, cool. So I'll try some Don Don Pachi. I think I'm going to have to quit out of this game, which is a bit annoying. And then I'll come into into Xenia again. We'll load up some Don Don Pachi, which is, I don't really know why I have this game, because I think it must have been a request from last time. Because I have all these games. Japanese game. It's like a anime bullet hell shooter, right? Am I thinking that's right? It's like a proto Hatsune Miku type situation. Okay. It's kind of crazy, all these effects and stuff. I can barely see what's happening. Like all the gameplay's happening on this tiny screen. Don don don. It makes me think of Don Don Donkey. Don 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 Donkey. Don Don Donkey. If you've ever been to Japan or Taiwan or something and you've been to Don Quixote, which is like this type of Japanese shop full of Japanese stuff, and it's got a really catchy theme tune which they play 24 hours a day. Oof, that's bullet hell. Is DXVK supposed to work with Cyberpunk through crossover? No, you need to use D3D Metal to play the game to play games on like that, or just wait for the native version, which is due any day now, or rumored to be coming out at WWDC, but who knows? Okay, that's Don Don Don. Okay, cool. So yeah, it has to be D3D Metal. That's the only thing that can run DirectX 12 games properly on a Mac. Okay, so we've done NES, SNES, PS1, PS2, PS3, PP, SSPP, 3DS, GameCube, Wii U, Switch, and Xbox 360. So that's pretty much covers like what I would consider like an entire breadth of games on the M4 Apple Silicon Mac. Anyway, that is my stream for today. That is like nearly about 2.5 hours of video. I'm going to be cutting this into an edited video later today, and then I'm going to Taiwan tomorrow. Woo! So I've got to finish this off right now. So anyway, thank you for joining the stream today. Very glad to have you all over. Thanks for watching, and I will be making this in a video, so watch out for that soon. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.